I knew when Panini released EFL Stickers that I wanted to collect some, but I didn't really want to do a complete full album, for a few reasons. First, it would mean collecting a lot of stickers that I don't really care about. It would also mean collecting MK'd on stickers. It would also mean that every time I opened the sticker book to look at the page with my team stickers, I would also be looking at the MK'd on section. And also, it is just quite expensive to do a full collection. I'm sure there'd be cheaper ways of doing it, but just go with me for the sort of standard way of collecting it. To get the full set, I'd have to get the starter pack. It includes the album, and it's £5.99. It also includes 5 packs, so 25 stickers. The remaining stickers, assuming I was going to open packs to get them, would be 20p each, and there'd be 757 left. So even if I got no swaps, or I was able to get the full set just using swaps, that'd be £151.40p, for a total of £157.39. So I decided to do something specific to my team, and hopefully a little bit cheaper. So I started out by going on the Panini website and going to the missing stickers section. Now this is probably not the cheapest way of doing this. I'm sure I could probably get the stickers for about 10p each if I went on Facebook group or a swap site or something. But on the site, the stickers are 36p each, and I went through and selected all 7 of my team stickers, which came to £2.52, and it says they're delivered £3.50. So I got them straight from Panini, and actually it was a little bit cheaper. I think the delivery's gone up since I bought them. Now, for what I wanted to do, I also needed to get the starter pack with the album. So that's still £5.99. Again, you could probably get an album cheaper than that somewhere. If you're wondering why mine's got a big chunk out the front, that's because I used that section to make this custom card. I've been playing around with custom cards a fair bit and found it quite fun. Let me know if you want to see a video on that. So flicking through, this is the section that I'm going to need. And what I'm going to do is I am going to use the scalpel to take out the staples from the whole book. Apologies if you find this kind of vandalism painful to watch. Then once I've done that and I have just the page I need, I'm going to measure up, see how big the Grimsby section is. And then I placed all of my stickers in the book. Here I'm using the technique of taking off like half of the backing, which gives me the opportunity to line it up really well before I stick a little bit down, and then fold it back and peel off the backing and push it all the way down. And then I cut around the Grimsby section, leaving a little bit of excess around the edges. Now this is the reason I took the measurements, because I actually took this to a framer that I know, and I had them make up a custom frame specifically for this project. Now again, I don't know that this is the cheapest way of doing this. I'm sure if you could find a frame that was somewhere close to this sort of dimensions at a charity shop or something like that, you could just have someone make up a custom border and you'd have basically the same job. I went for a full custom frame, so the full frame with the border was £19.10. Now this actually was the tricky part, that is lining it up and then actually getting it into the frame stuck on. So what I ended up doing was taking some of this tape, which I knew would easily peel off, lining it up where I thought it might make sense, and then turning it over to look. And then if it was slightly wrong, just taking the tape off and adjusting it. Did this a few times before I was finally happy with the result, at which point I stuck it down on the top and the bottom and got it stuck into the frame. And here it is in its final resting place. I look up at that every day and I must say I am really happy with the result on this. For me, it's far nicer than getting the full sticker book and flicking through. It's a lot more specific to what I wanted, and I think it's just a really great display piece. And overall, the cost for doing this would be £31.11, so a good amount cheaper than doing the album. And for me, personally, I know which one I would rather have. I would much rather just have the stickers for my team and have what I consider to be a really nice display piece. Thanks for watching.